Oh, the joy of getting things ready for spring. The intention behind this bed is for it to be a herb bed or a small tea raised bed. And so far, I just have some really awesome sage plants and one rosemary over there in the corner. So today I'm just gonna be pruning them back pretty hard, getting them ready for spring. I kind of left this sage on here a little bit too long. We're in early January right now, so before it starts getting really hot out here, I'm in zone 8B, 9A. I'm gonna prune back these sage plants pretty hard and just take a clipping off of my rosemary so that I can propagate that one and just start preparing this bed for spring. So I'm just gonna go down pretty far, take off some of these woody pieces. Now it didn't flower this year. This is its first year in the raised bed, so we didn't get any flowers, but we did get a good amount of sage, and I was able to harvest like maybe 3 or 4 batches, and I dried it and I use it for tea. It's really, really good in tea. I wasn't a sage fan before I started to grow it, and since I was growing it, I decided to give it a try in a couple of different ways to see how I can utilize it since I had so much. And sage tea is really tasty with some honey, and I also infused, it's really, really woody when I get down to the bottom, but I infused some honey with sage, and we had our own sage honey over the winter, and it was really tasty paired with the sage tea. So I'm cutting most of the wood off, and I'm just gonna leave some of the bottom, some of the tender pieces. I'm gonna leave those on. Just look at how much just came off of that one plant. And I bought these as starters in March, and they've almost quadrupled in size. So you want to prune them back pretty hard so that when your spring starts, it has a fresh start. These really woody pieces has a fresh start, and it doesn't have to put any of its energy into the old dried up pieces. So there's one. So the thought process behind this bed is to be able to make teas from it, some home remedies, cough syrups, and a lot of other natural treats. Herbs have so many great medicinal purposes that the sky is kind of the limit on having a tea garden. So there you go. Now that is my definition of pruning hard. Now real quick for this rosemary, it was rather dormant through winter, and then I noticed the weather started to warm up and it started to push off new growth. So I guess that's okay since my zone is pretty hot pretty early, but I'm going to take a cutting. Take one here. And I'm gonna propagate this one so I can add another rosemary plant to this raised bed. So if you're interested in following me along on my herb or tea garden raised bed, click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my new updated videos. And I hope you guys enjoyed this short clip. Let me know if it helped any of you guys out, and stay tuned for the next one.